Virgo, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for July 20th through the 26th. My name is Athen. So a pretty straightforward week, like I've been saying to the other signs, involving, in this sense, your ruler, though, Mercury, conjoining up to the Sun. This is happening midweek around Wednesday and Thursday. So before that happens, though, and pretty much this whole work week, Saturn is going to be trining up to these two planets, your ruler. So you guys should be feeling quite disciplined, quite practical. It's a good week to get things done in general for all of us. And this is relating to this work and career stuff, which has been highlighted for you, or anything on that legacy level where you've had Mars, Mercury, and the Sun transiting. So Monday and Tuesday in particular, finishing up some things with the Sun, that self-expressive creative energy there for you to put into that 10th house. And then Mercury on Wednesday should have a pretty good practical, disciplined mind in regards to anything involving that, legacy or big picture part of your life there. So Mercury is, of course, your ruler too. So you guys should feel quite disciplined. In general, the Sun does rule your 12th. So any good discipline in regards to enjoying the alone time and spiritual stuff, which is going to go through a reflection for you into next week with Venus going retrograde. But this early part, certainly a good time for those matters. So then on Wednesday and Thursday, we have that conjunction. So this is where your ruler, being aspected by the Sun, can be very expressive, and there's a lot of this passion and excitement certainly available, or it can be available, and it's shifting into your 11th house, which has to do with the groups, friends, community, ideals, visions, things larger than self, where you've had Jupiter transiting for almost the past year. So you guys, there's been this opportunity and opening for you to network more, perhaps get involved with technology, progressive ideas, causes, things like that. And that's going to be now activated with the personal planets, the Sun and your ruler Mercury, going into the 11th here for roughly the next few weeks to a month. So that being said, there's that shift, and it can be very passionate midweek. So, any intentions you set around that. This whole lunar cycle still is very much around your career and work stuff, which is where you had that new moon last week. So furthering with that, this can also be the values and income and enjoyment you derive from your work, can be a good support for you to put in energy with that as well. So that's the work week. And then Friday and through Sunday, we got the weekend with the little bit of a different type of an energy. We've got Mars squaring up to Uranus, who, as the week unfolds, will be feeling this more and more. And again, this is involving that career stuff. Uranus is all about change, and it's about renewing our lives so that we can have more freedom and liberation in it. So here it's about freedom and liberation about work and career. How can you have more freedom there? How can it be more enjoyable? How can you have more independence in that way? So things to reflect on over the weekend, and any energy you do put into it, and the more open you are to that change is a good way to work with that square up to Uranus. And through that can be very liberating, actually. But if you are feeling a restlessness or impulsive, just take it nice and slow, and just one step at a time, because we want to stay grounded with this kind of square there. And this is also things relating to relationships, perhaps, which is where you've had Uranus transiting that 7th house of yours. So that direct energy, that assertive energy, again, taking things slow, but being willing to have that independence, that change, that freedom in your one-on-one connections will be key. So that being said, Mars does also rule your communications. So emphasize with those things also, and then also your deeper elements of life and transformation with the 8th house. So that being said, over the weekend as well, the Sun and Mercury will be sextiling up to the North Node, who's been transiting your 1st house. So a good weekend for anything relating to your self-image, your goals, asserting yourself, physical exercise, things like that, which is this whole life path of the year for you. And Venus and Uranus are going to be going retrograde this weekend. So the key with that is we're going to be reflecting on our values here, and this is particularly around your values of the spiritual life, how you can have more tranquility and peace there with that. And then with Uranus, reflecting on the relationship stuff. So that's going to be going into next week, but something to think about over the weekend. The more open we are, again, to renewing and changing things is really this emphasis of the weekend. And then that's going to go into next week, where, of course, we'll learn more about these matters and implement them a little bit more. So in a nutshell, this actual week during the work week, Mercury and the Sun conjoining, lots of that excited, passionate energy around the 11th house, a good time for those matters with a trine up from Saturn. Then on the weekend, just keeping things balanced with Mars and Uranus involving that career stuff and relationship stuff. but anything constructive you set out will be supported over the weekend in regards to that. So Virgo, have a nice week. If you guys have any questions, please do let me know, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.